What up, everybody? Welcome back. Hope you guys had a great week off from the podcast.
Right. We're so sick. So
I'm not even sick anymore. I'm like...
We're congested.
Yeah.
Like
that's the
we don't
worst
feel
part.
bad. We just sound bad.
Guys, tomorrow's my birthday, so I figured let's have a couple beers on air. Cheers to 29. Even though this is
Hope your other gift comes.
26. When's it supposed to be here?
I can look. I mean, it was shipped, so I know it's like on its way, but...
I mean, I'm sure it'll be here before we leave.
It's nothing crazy. Yeah.
I mean, didn't expect it to be anything crazy. But, yeah, so you guys obviously saw we were in Florida. Now we're home.
Right.
Got our asses caught in a hurricane, which you also actually got some up-close personal footage of that.
Like, I just feel like we've had this trip planned for a fucking hot minute.
Yeah, at least 9 months.
It was like
minimum.
11 months, because you would tell me, it's not for 11 months. It's been a while since we've had this plan. And then, like, the weather beforehand was beautiful. The weather after we left, beautiful. But the weather while we're there, horrible. Like, I've never been to Disney.
It honestly could have been worse.
It could have, but, like, I did not get to enjoy Epcot. And, like, I was so excited for Epcot. Because
that does suck, but I will say, that might have been my favorite Disney trip I've ever taken.
Told you.
Honestly. I can't really explain why. I just had a lot of fun, actually.
I mean, the Epcot thing kind of sucked ass because...
Yeah, but I mean, we kind of knew what it was going into that day.
I know, but, like, I was so excited to drink around the world because, like, if we...
Let's just start from the top. Let's recap our vacation. We got a lot to say.
So, like, let's talk about it. I've never been, so this is, like, my first time. I've been to Magic Kingdom and Typhoon Lagoon, but, like, Magic Kingdom, I went when I was, like, really young. It's been at least 15 years, maybe.
And don't nobody go to that shithole.
Maybe more than that. It's been a hot minute. Like, I wasn't even tall enough to ride everything, so I was, like, really young. And obviously, everything is way more grand when you're a kid.
Oh, I feel a sneeze coming.
Sorry, everybody.
Go ahead.
But
might pass anyways. They've been coming and going.
The first day we get there, the next day.
No. We're going first day. We get there. I have something to say. We get there early.
About the fucking bags.
No, I wasn't gonna say that. So that is some bullshit. Fuck Frontier. Anyone out there, don't fly
That's not
Frontier.
what I meant. I meant like them holding our bags. We were just like cooped up.
Well, so we get there. We're a few hours early, and we could have checked in our bags up front, which we now know. We also could have just stepped outside, and there was a bar literally right outside the back. But we just kind of sat in the lobby. Granted, that's our own fault. But we're sitting there, and Dami looks at me and says, "We should try to abduct a kid while we're here."
Oh my God. I was joking.
I was like, you cannot be saying that type of shit here.
I was joking. But then the whole trip we kept talking about all the, because like
there's
like
so many
kids,
easy abductions.
Yeah, which, like kids would like run off and I'm like, damn, I could have snagged them up easily.
The first night we were there, we weren't planning on going to a park. Like, it was, the whole intention of the first night was like, we get in at like 2:00. So we'll just go to Disney Springs, grab some food, grab some drinks, just chill. We're outside this gelato place. Dami's having some gelato. And there's like a family off to the side of us. And it's a mom, a dad, a very, very small boy who could be in a stroller. He's right, like they have a stroller, but he's on the ground. And then a girl a few years older than her.
5 or 6.
Or older than him.
Older, yeah.
The little boy just takes off sprinting in front of us. And the little girl's like, "Mom, no," like pointing at this kid.
Like the parents wouldn't even notice if the daughter didn't like.
So the mom takes off, the little girl follows her. And I'm just watching the dad. He's on his phone looking at...
Like, not paying attention at all.
Just right over the stroller. And he looks up from his phone, realizes his whole family's gone. And he just starts, like, spinning around looking for them. And I was also looking at this point, like, where'd they go? We were there for probably, like, 10 more minutes. None of them ever came back.
Yeah, stroller just abandoned.
But that little boy we could have definitely abducted.
So, anyways, you go to Magic Kingdom, and I just have, like... I don't mean this in like a super rude way because it is kind of rude and I know that.
Oh, no. Don't hold back.
But like for real,
hold back.
Magic Kingdom was not great. Like, and I think it has to do with the amount of fucking traffic that happens there. Like, it's obviously like the most crowded park because the princesses and, you know, it's just like
the castle. It's like
when you have little kids, it's definitely like the one when you think of Disney, that's what you're thinking of. But The amount of fucking people on scooters is absolutely ridiculous. Like,
it's absurd.
The way I feel about it, like, if you, like, I get people need to be able to have a good time.
Yes.
And everybody
Not even
deserves
that.
to have fun.
There's people who need scooters.
Like,
and there's also people who don't.
But, like, I feel like if you have to have a scooter at Disney, you should have to provide some documentation as to why you need the scooter, though. Because it's like, it really...
Think about it like this.
Like, I swear to you, half the people were on scooters and half people were walking.
I'll tell you this. Think about this, though. Extra work for Disney to do it that way, and also less money. Every one of them motherfuckers is renting a scooter from Disney.
Like, it's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. Like, I was getting, because like the back of my heels kept getting fucking ran over, whether it was a stroller or it was a fucking scooter. Like, kept getting ran over because these people, and then like
if you're pushing a stroller, though, like, how about we're just cautious of other people?
Like, it's just,
you don't have the right of way here.
Like, you don't, but it's hard. People who have like these double strollers who no kids are even in it, and you're just pushing it around. Your kids are fucking walking, and like, I get it. Kids can't walk as much as adults can. They can't do it.
I don't blame the scooter or the stroller.
Like there are some kids who are like 8 and 9 years old climbing in these strollers, way too big to be in a stroller, and I'm just like, no, like, you would be walking.
It's not even the stroller group that I'm the most annoyed.
Because that's what it's for. It's the fucking scooters.
Not only the fact that, like, first of all, you're being lazy as fuck. Some of them were like our age, not even overweight, just have a kid in their lap, like. But it's the fact that we ride Disney shuttles the whole time we're there. So, like, we get free transportation because we're staying at a resort. So, like, they take us to all the parks. They take us to the downtown area where the drinks and stuff are. Everywhere. If you have
a wheelchair,
a wheelchair is different, though. Like, a wheelchair, okay.
Like, if you're in a wheelchair, obviously you need it. But if you're just in a fucking scooter that you rented because you're too lazy to fucking walk.
These fucking scooters, dude, take up 3 seats each, and they get priority. So they get pulled on first.
So it doesn't matter how long you're waiting.
You get, like, to go to the front of lines. It's like a handicap
It's like priority. It's like Disney 100% caters to obese and overweight people. And it's crazy to me. It's like, horrible. You go there, all the food there is fucking dog shit. Like,
well,
I get it, but it's also like,
you got to think, like, everywhere we go, it's like
World.
But we're in like cafeteria style lines. Like, this isn't like sit down restaurant. Like, they don't have the time for that.
But they have the money for it, and you can make things healthier. It doesn't have to be, do you want chicken tenders and French fries, or do you want this nasty ass cheeseburger? It's like, you have the option to do more.
Like, for me, I know that that's what it is. So, like,
that's because
we made other choices.
Have to be that way.
It's the most, like, quickest, easiest way to do it.
Because when you go to Animal Kingdom, they don't have that kind of food. We got ribs and a chicken plate.
Because we went to a different place.
And they have, like, all different types of food. Like, all different types. Like, rice. You can get rice bowls.
And we ordered that ahead.
Yes, but it doesn't matter. That has nothing to do with it. Ordering it ahead.
Other places had it, too. Magic Kingdom, I can't even talk shit about their food because, first of all, we left for food. We didn't even try to eat there.
Because there was nothing. I was there. And then everything had
reservations. We didn't plan ahead for the first day. The first, like, we knew after that, like, the ropes of how to maneuver these parks.
Yeah.
So we did better. The first day, it's like, whatever. Like, it kind of is what it is. Like, we didn't know.
If I go back again, I would know ahead of time. Because, like, me and Dylan had the Genie Pass, which is, like, when you can skip lines and stuff. But, like, the way they have it set up is, like, you have to do it through the app. And it's not just, like, a free-for-all. Like, basically,
it's one at a time.
You get on at 7 a.m., you book whatever ride you want to do first. And, like, we didn't realize that, like, when you book a ride, you have to wait until you check in for that ride to book another one. But then we went to Universal Studios, and it let me book it, like, early. I just had to wait an hour
Hollywood
and a
Studios?
half. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's because it was set up differently. Like,
I think Magic Kingdom is just different. It's just, everything's different there because everything is, like, harder to do.
I also think we didn't know how to work it. So we booked one out for, like, midday.
Yeah.
So the way that they work is, like, the way that it was explained to me beforehand was you only get 3 a day, which I bitched about on this podcast. Like, 3 a day, this is some bullshit. That's not how it works.
It's just
that's like the average of what people get.
What you can do.
You can do more, but if you time it right.
If you plan it accordingly.
We wrote everything in every park after the first day. But the first day we didn't know. So we were like, okay, this is going to be a hot ride. Let's pick it. And we still didn't get a time to like 11 o'clock. So now we're in the park at 8:30.
By the time everybody has them booked, everything's gone.
So then everything's pushed out
so
hours.
If your first ride isn't at like 9:30, then you're kind of screwed until, unless you're at like a less busy park. Like Animal Kingdom, we literally fast passed every fucking thing.
Right.
Everything was a walk on. It was so easy to do. But yeah, back to the scooter situation. I don't know. I just feel like the people who are on scooters, you guys are the ones who need to be walking. Like, for real, let's be honest here. Like, I get it. You probably can't walk long periods of time because
But then don't fucking come here.
Right. It's like you were making this is like a little kid's fucking park, and now here you are taking up half the space, and you should be the one walking of all people. Like,
at Magic Kingdom, we went to this show, and there was this lady on a scooter.
She was like this
and it's
tiny little lady. Like,
it's like a free for all. Like, leave this. It was like a show just in one room, like 4 little sections around, and like everything happening is in the middle. So like, this dude is like trying to help. I'm assuming it's his mom who's on this scooter, and she just floors it in a crowd.
No, he floors it.
Well, I think he was trying to maneuver him, and they both just like
he was doing
it.
everything. She didn't have her hands on it. He was holding, because like, from at work and stuff, like, I have to like sometimes maneuver like wheelchairs and stuff, and I will say, like, it's very hard to maneuver if you're not the one sitting in it.
Yeah.
So he's just like leaning over his mom, trying to drive it,
like out of like a row.
It goes up this fucking pole, and she's like doing a wheelie.
I thought he was throwing his mom into the floor.
Like,
I'm like trying so hard not to laugh.
Like, I'm just like, what is going on right now? Like, I don't know what he was trying to do.
I had to
like,
speed my way out because I was about to lose my shit.
Let her do it. I don't know. And then like we're waiting for Universal, and this fucking lady comes rolling up, and like we're clearly in the. Yeah, like we were clearly in the line of people who didn't have like early access, because if you stay at a Universal resort, you can go in an hour early. So we're waiting in this line. These people come running up. They're like, "We have early entry. We have early entry."
You're supposed to go to a different entrance.
Which clearly this is labeled as not early entry. They come flying up here. This lady's in a fucking wheelchair. She comes rolling it up.
Not a wheelchair, in a scooter.
In a scooter.
They're very different.
They are. She's in a scooter, and she fucking like speeds it up and like hits the back of this guy, and he just looks at her, and she's like, "I'm sorry, I'm so sorry." And he just like staring at her like, really? Like, you're clearly in the wrong line. Like, you guys are fucking acting frazzled. You guys literally only have 10 minutes left of early entry. Like, it's already
like, relax.
8:45 at this point. Admission opens at 9, and you're flying up here in the scooter, and you fucking hit the back of this guy's legs, and it's ridiculous. Like, 2023, ban scooters at Disney unless you 100% need it, because people do need it, and I'm not saying they don't, but you're taking it away from people who do need it.
No, people are just taking advantage.
Lazy. It's like you're being fucking lazy. Like, just fucking walk. Like, walk.
It makes me want to get a scooter just for the fact that I don't have to buy a fast pass. I'm just going to the front.
No, and people are like, we're in this line for the Harry Potter ride. It's like a 45-minute line, and this lady, they're like, "Oh, come with us. We have secret ways we can get you to the front." This big lady gets off the scooter, and they just walk her right to the front. And it's like, well, damn. Like, no, it's just not fair. It's not fair. Like, you shouldn't make it so.
It's almost like it's an advantage to be a
like
fat fuck.
They encourage you to be so big.
And you're being real nice about it, but that's genuinely what half of these people were just, they're fat fucks. It wasn't like that they had anything, like, they're just fucking fat fucks. Like, I don't even know a better way to say it. Like, it was bullshit, honestly.
I just feel like I wouldn't be so mad if people weren't getting priority. Like, we're waiting in the fucking rain.
That's my thing.
We're sitting for a bus waiting for the rain, or waiting in the rain for this bus, and here comes scooter guy rolling up, and they load him on first, and it's like, between him and his wife, that's 6 seats between 2 people. Now, people who are waiting in line have been standing here
without any kids either. Like, what are y'all even doing?
It's ridiculous.
And granted, like, we didn't have kids there, but we're walking around.
We're walking.
I'll move out of a seat for somebody if they genuinely
need a seat. If you're that big of a
seat.
Disney adult and you don't even have kids with you, like, for real, go home.
Right? Like, what are y'all even doing?
Go the fuck home. Like, it is, and like, it's. I just feel like people who are like that, they've obviously have been there before to know.
Yeah.
Because like some people were just probably doing it for the simple fact that you do get priority. Right. So it's like, well, I'm just gonna do this.
I might do it next time.
It's like.
What are you about to say? What? If I
well, they can't say shit about it because, like, people our age are on the fucking scooter just driving around.
I don't know how they're not embarrassed. Like, it's embarrassing because you know the people who need to be on them and you know the people who don't.
Like, okay, you have a fucking cast on your foot. Okay.
Everyone looks at you like.
But when you're sitting here, you're 500 pounds. Like, I don't know.
I don't even know how
I'm just
Disney could be enjoyable for someone like that who is 500 pounds. You can't ride things.
I'm so anti
It's hot.
to be morbidly obese. I think that there's really no excuse for it. And I think it's harder to be morbidly obese than it is just to lose the weight.
It is.
It's harder. So for me, it's like I get people have mental health issues and it's not just black and white. But I just can't wrap my head around it, and it would never be me.
It's a series of choices at the end of the day.
But it's not like you wake up one day and you're 500 pounds.
Correct.
Like you've been 200, you were 300, you were 400, now you're 500. And it's like,
I mean, I'm 200.
But it's different, Dylan. It's different. And you are 6'1" and you have muscle. If you're a 250-pound man and you're fucking muscle, that's different than being 250.
I wouldn't even start at 2. I'd
like
start
a pound
at
of fat compared to a pound of muscle is ridiculous. Like it is like 5 times as much
mass,
like
surface
area. It takes up it's like 5 times as much as 1 pound of muscle. So
my
that
nose
doesn't
is
even
on
count.
10 right now.
But yeah, that's just my rant about fucking Magic Kingdom.
Fuck scooters.
I will never go back there again. Unless like I have kids or we have kids with us that want to go, I'll go.
I would go again. It's just I would be.
And it's a dry park, so it's like unless you're sitting down to eat, which you're not.
I would be much more strategic with the way that I go about it, and it would probably be somewhere I go to for like.
There's not even good rides there.
Agreed. I think I would
go. Not even worth it.
Do a few things, leave, and then if I wanted to come back for like the fireworks show, that's what I'd come back for.
Fuck the fireworks show too.
For the kids.
No, for the kids, yeah, but even that, it's like fuck that shit. Like if you're back far enough, the kid can't even see. And you're not going to put the kid on your shoulder because the people behind you can't see.
I don't care. I would still do it.
So it's like...
If I had a kid, 100% they're going on my shoulders.
Well...
Fuck the people behind me.
Regardless,
should have got here earlier.
I just feel like it's just not worth the hype. It's not worth the hype. They really... They obviously didn't realize how big it was going to be, but they really could have stand to make all the sidewalks double the size they are. Like, it is just way too crowded.
Park, so it's
way too crowded. And... yeah, it's just not even fun. Now, Hollywood Studios.
What have I been telling you all along?
Way better. It's way.
Did it live up to the hype I said?
I mean, yeah, it's definitely a big park. It's definitely way more adult friendly. They have alcohol everywhere. They have a brewery there. Like, it's just way more adult like. The rides there, great. The rides there are 10 times better. The shows there are better. It's like everything is better. I don't know why Magic Kingdom is.
I liked it that much before Star Wars. Star Wars wasn't even there the last time I went.
Like. It is just way better. Like, you have Toy Story Land, which is so cool when you're walking through it. And then you have Star Wars. And then you just have, like, so much more going on. Like, just even the look of everything. It just looks so much better. Like, so much more fun.
I have been a huge Hollywood studio advocate my whole life, pretty much.
Way more fun.
Since the first time I ever went, I was like, oh, wow, this is the shit.
And at that point,
I was in high school. I was like, wow, this is fucking cool. At that point,
we had the Genie Pass, like the Fast Pass down. So,
but like, did we?
Well, I messed up. I messed up because the Star Wars has 3 rides, but 2 of them.
What did I say we should Fast Pass?
The fucking Slinky Dog.
Thank you. It's a roller coaster.
It is, but it's like...
You can't talk shit about it because you didn't get to ride it because you fucked up.
But the thing about it is you can look at it and it's literally... It's a kid's roller coaster. Like, I don't know. It literally says Small Hills when you look at the thing. Like, yeah,
were any of them not Small Hills, though?
Fucking the Tower of Terror was 100% a large drop. The other one was way more wild. The one next to it, whatever.
You can't say that because you never rode it.
But you can look at it.
It's a good ride. You would have enjoyed yourself. Is what I'm saying.
It would have been fun, but it's not worth. I mean, obviously, I messed up. It's not worth the wait if you're waiting.
Exactly, but we had the Genie Pass, and we had the option to choose that. And what did I say we should choose? Slinky Dog. I said the line gets long. We should choose that.
Yeah, we should have.
But you said we should choose this Star Wars ride, and you did. And the line never got over 40 minutes until it rained.
I literally compare it to that one we went on in Harry Potter World. That kids one.
No, it's I can promise. You're talking about the shitty ass 30-second ride.
Yes.
20-second ride. No. It's better than that.
I mean, it looks cool. It looks cool. Whatever. It's a roller coaster, but not like a legit. There's like no. You don't climb up a mountain. You don't like go down a hill.
You go up a hill.
Babe, but
you go up and you come down.
It's tiny. It's not like the fucking Velocicoaster. That is a roller
coaster. How do you know we didn't get to do it?
You can look at it and you can tell. Like, you can look at the things. The Hulk ride was a roller coaster.
You're onto a different park. It's completely different.
The one
Universal is still rides. We're still in a Disney park.
But then the one with the mountain, with the little Yeti. That one is a full-on roller coaster. That is when I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Like, you go up a hill, you have big drops. That is what I like.
I'm telling you, you would have liked it more than that fucking Smuggler's Run that we did first.
That was cool.
I liked it. You said you didn't like piloting it.
I didn't.
You almost killed us.
I didn't like being the
guys,
pilot.
We're arguing about it, but here's what happened. I said that morning, let's pick Slinky. I know it gets a 2-hour ride. She said, no, the Star Wars one gets really busy. And there is a Star Wars one that gets busy.
I chose the wrong
one. But
one.
she chose the one that doesn't get busy. The only reason it did get busy later is because it rained, so other things shut down.
Right.
So we got on that one first, which was fine. And we actually got early. If you stay at a Disney resort, you get early access to the park. And they let us in even earlier than we should have been. So we got to knock out 2 big rides. Like, I knew, like, hey, let's go try to hit one of these because they always have a line and they're side by side. So if we could get off one, we could run to the other one. Mm-hmm. And it worked out well. We got off both of them before the park even
Tower
opened.
of Terror was so fucking cool.
I didn't think you were going to like it because of those drops. Like, you don't like that
It
kind of
wasn't
drop.
like major drop. Like, you went down, then you came up, then you went down. Like, the last one was the biggest, but it wasn't like you drop once and just like plummet to your death. Yeah. It was like slow, so it was fine.
And there's other things happening. It's fucking cool.
And they're like a cage with a bunch of fucking people, and you're having it's different. Like, demon drop shit, power tower shit.
Power tower, you're on there with like 16 people.
I know, but it's just a row of 4 of you. You're just dangling to your death. Like, you can't see outside, really. Like, it's different.
That's no more dangerous than a roller coaster.
I know, but for me, it's scarier.
You're dangling to your death.
It's scarier. Like, you're just sitting up there, feet dangling down, and like, no. It's just, I don't like it. I don't like it. And they drop you so far and so fast. Like, I don't like it. Don't like it. Never have.
But anyway, so we knocked these out before they open. And that day, we were zooming through everything. Like, we got done with everything super fast.
Yeah, it gets kind of boring when you do that, though. It's like, damn, we have nothing else to do now.
But it wouldn't have been if it didn't rain. Because, like, we could have just gone and done other... We could have sat outside, had some drinks. Like, we were stuck, like, where can we get in so that we're not in the rain?
Yeah.
So we went to that brewery. They had a shitty selection of beer this time. Which was not the case last time. Because last time I got a flight and I loved them. And this time, trash. But anyway, so, like, that day... It's the first day it starts raining. And so I was like dead set against getting ponchos because I was seeing everyone in them. I'm like, ponchos are embarrassing. I don't want a fucking poncho. But eventually I had to get
I was like, I'm getting one. And then he got one like 10 minutes after
my
me.
favorite show is at Hollywood Studios. It's called Fantasmic. And they literally had just brought it back 2 days before we got there. So I'm like, Dom, we got to stay for the show. It's at 8 o'clock. Like,
it's like the last thing you do, then you go.
So like, at 6:15, we're walking around. We both got ponchos on.
It's fucking raining. Like,
it wasn't raining that bad yet though. It was like sprinkling, but it was enough to like, it was an annoyance.
It's 100% raining. Like,
but we're in a poncho and we're like, we have nothing else to do. It's a line starting to form for it. Let's go grab a couple beers. We'll wait in this line and we'll just go sit down.
We did not need to wait in that line either.
No,
because there were so many open fucking seats when we got there.
Yeah, it's huge. But but we had nothing else to do. That was the problem.
I mean,
so we went. We finally get in. We sit down. It's like an hour before the show, and so I go get my Mickey pretzel and another beer. I come back, I'm chilling, and it's starting to rain a little bit harder now, and the ponchos are just one adult size. So like I'm trying to like pull this thing underneath me so my ass doesn't get wet because it's like barely past my shorts. I'm like, let me just pull it a little bit more so I know I'm good. And so I pull, and it rips the fucking hood off of my entire right side. So Dami's sitting outside of me. She's trying to like hold my hood together. It
was horrible.
While it's just raining through my hood. And
my arm is getting soaked. Because at this point it's raining. It's not sprinkling. It's fucking raining.
And then...
It is so cold.
We had walked all the way down to the end of this row and there was an old woman there. Dude. Clearly saving seats. And I even said before we sat down, I'm like, you think we should see how many they need? And
but they clearly saw... I mean, I saved a decent size gap.
She was saving like 2 on one side, 2 on the other side.
So there was like a lot of room.
So we left plenty of room for like 4 more people. I definitely left room,
but like you 100% had your opportunity to say, hey, can you move down further? Because at this point we were all piling in. Like we were just coming from the outside in, so we were just all piling in. So you could have said, hey, can you move down? Because the whole row was open still. But you didn't. So
Dami fights a Karen.
This fucking Karen, we're at this point.
It's this lady's daughter.
So there's an older lady sitting next to me, and then her daughter, who's probably in like her mid-30s, 40s, whatever, sitting next to her. So it's like probably 40 minutes later, and at this point, all the seats are full.
Raining hard.
Like all the seats are full.
No, all the seats in our section are full.
There's
like
full,
3 more open sections.
At this point, there's no nowhere for us to move. Like, we are already filed in. The whole row was taken. Like, there's nowhere for us to go. You missed your opportunity to get more space. So she has 4 grown fucking children who are probably between 14 and 17 come up, and they scoot down, and there's not enough space for these 4 kids. So the fucking, not the mom, the daughter, we'll call her Karen. She looks down the row, and this guy, like 2 or 3 seats
She's
down,
asking us though first, can you guys move down?
Can you guys move
Right.
down? And we're like, there's nowhere for us to go. Like, I can't move. So then she looks down and she sees that there's one little book bag on a seat, like saving one.
There's a guy next to me in the book bag next to him. So she says, can he move? So I asked the guy. Like,
she's yelling. That's not even what happened. Like, you might have asked him, and then she leans over. And
I know. I did ask him first.
And
he's like, no.
You guys need to move down. There's a book bag sitting right there. And then so Dylan asked him, and he said, we're saving a seat. So we look at her, and we're like, they're saving a seat too, just like you were doing. She's like, well, I saved 4 seats.
No, she said 6.
No, she said 4.
So we saved 6 seats.
She said 4 seats.
There were 6 of them. She said we saved 6 seats.
Well, whatever she said, I look at her and I said, well, obviously you didn't save enough. Obviously you didn't save that many seats because you're fighting for more space. And her mom, she claimed to not hear me. Later on, I found out, but the mom was like, you know what? You're right. We didn't save enough seats. And I'm sorry. My daughter is so bossy and da-da-da-da-da. And I was like, it's fine, but like, don't be yelling at us. Like, you're yelling at all of us to move down when they're saving
I thought Dami was about to fight.
One little tiny seat. Like, it's literally a space for one person. It's not like it's a humongous gap. Like, and they're doing exactly what you did. So, no, like, you obviously didn't save it 6 seats. You obviously only saved 3 seats.
Then the old lady's, like, trying to offer us snacks.
And she's, like, talking to me, do you want snacks? I'm just, like...
She was just trying to be our friend.
She was, like, trying to, like, make up for it.
And I wasn't even mad at her. Like,
no,
yeah,
but
I know what
I
had to do
heard
with
the
you.
mom tell the daughter, like, what I said about obviously not saving enough seats. And the daughter was like, someone said that? And I was sitting there and I was just waiting for her to say something else. Because I was about to be like, look around. There's literally probably 4,000 fucking seats open. Move. If you need more space, fucking move. But you're not going to jam pack all of us in. No.
Turns out, guys, it didn't matter.
The show didn't even happen.
2 minutes before the show's supposed to start, they delay it, and 10 minutes later, they canceled it.
Yeah, so that was like the first time I ever almost got in a fight with a person, really, because like I'm definitely non-confrontational.
I was
but Dylan
non-confrontational?
With you, I am, but people, I'm not confrontational at all.
I wouldn't call yourself non-confrontational.
But I'm not confrontational. Like, unless you say something, like, directly to me, which at that point I feel like she was yelling at us. Like, she was 100% talking to me, you, and the people next to us. It was all of us. She was like,
it was more so the people next to us.
It doesn't matter though, because she was looking at us and she was yelling in our direction, and I did not take kindly to that because you clearly didn't calculate. It's not like you're saving seats for children. You're for fucking grown adult kids. Like,
I think we're getting ready to have to intermission here. I think we should turn on the ring lights.
Go ahead.
It's a little dark, right?
I think it's fine.
The sun is like setting right now.
But yeah, so that was that situation. And I get hype every time I talk about it because I wish I would have just... Dylan was like, don't even say anything. And I wish you would have just not fucking said that because I was ready.
No, to say anything else.
He's like, just let it go. It's not a big deal.
Because you were about to really start going in
I
again.
was. Because like, shut the fuck up. But no, but it's not serious to be sitting here screaming at us.
But what is it? It's nothing to you. It's not even about you. So why do you give a fuck?
Because
why let her get you out of character?
People who are just rude for no reason.
Then you shouldn't go out to Disney World.
But there's one way. There's ways you can do things. You can say, hey... is there any way you guys could possibly move down instead of saying, you guys, can you guys scoot down? I see
She's
you
a
have
middle-aged
a backpack.
white woman. What do you expect?
There's a backpack sitting on the seat. Move down. And like, bitch, shut the fuck up. Like, go sit somewhere else then.
Oh, this is 100% a clip. I can't wait.
Well, I don't fuck with rudeness like that because I am not someone who just rude to people for no reason. Like, I 100% mind my fucking business. 100%. I do. Do I ever?
I'm just giving you shit, but we gotta really cut this.
Well, then cut it. The fuck? You got the computer.
Well, you're on a rant right now.
Well,
I can't stop
cut
you.
it and I'll keep going.
All right, let the rant commence.
Well, no, that's the end of the rant. It's the end of the rant. It's fine. Just don't be fucking rude to people for no reason. Like, and if you need something done, just there's ways you can do things, and like. But trying to be threatening and intimidating and yell is not how it's going to work, okay? Because people like me...
So you think yelling and threatening back is going to work?
No, but shutting the shit down is going to work. Like, Clearly, you didn't save enough
That
space.
wasn't shutting it down, though. You were amping it up, if anything.
No, because shut the fuck up. You didn't save enough space.
But that's not shutting it down. That's amping it up.
I could have said, shut the fuck up, you ugly fucking bitch. Quit fucking yelling.
Leaving
That's
it
amping
alone
it up.
would
By
be
me
shutting
saying,
it down.
you obviously didn't save enough space.
No, the way that you said it, you know damn well what you were doing.
It was attitude. Yeah, I was giving her right back what she started. Because you're not going to sit here and
shutting
scream.
it down would be just letting it go.
No.
Because she didn't say anything else after that.
Because I know for 100% she heard me. I don't know how you couldn't hear me. Like, I wasn't quiet.
I agree she heard you.
She heard me. So then she shut up. That's shutting it down. But if she would have kept going, I would have was ready for it. I was like, I let her say something else because I am not in the mood to be doing this. It's fucking freezing out. We're all just like sitting here trying to mind our business. It's pouring down rain. Like, just stop. And, like, look around. Like, half of the fucking theater is open still.
Literally.
Like, the people waiting in line took up maybe a fourth, maybe a third of the whole entire theater. So, if you look around, there are so many open seats. Like, if you feel like you don't have enough space, then you can just move. Like, it's really not that serious. That's just it. Yeah. That's what I would do, right? If you feel like you don't have enough space, I would never in a million years look down at me and yell at the whole row to move down and say, you have a backpack on there, move down. Like, I would never, ever. I would say, let's just go somewhere else because there's so many open seats. Like, let's just go sit somewhere else because we didn't save enough space because we're fucking stupid and don't know how to fucking calculate. So that's our fault, you know?
I mean, it was the grandma's fault, technically.
It's both of them, though, because
she was the only one there.
It doesn't matter, though. Like, whoever's fault it was. Like, you know?
I wish that we would have done what I wanted and asked them how much room they needed, because I bet the grandma would have said, this is fine.
It doesn't matter, though. It's like, you had your chance to speak up. And the thing is there was a big gap. Like, we left a very decent size.
Yeah, I know.
Space.
That's what I'm saying. The grandma was there. There was, like, 2 seats on both sides.
Yeah, it's like
she was dead in the middle of
the
their
daughter,
group.
There was, like, 2 more. Like, it's like, I don't know. I was like, okay, whatever.
The daughter wasn't there originally.
But then she came.
Oh, yeah, well.
She came, and she was fine. Like, there was no issue until you have your fucking grown-ass fucking 4 kids walking up. Like, you should have known. You need whatever.
But, so the show gets shut down. The next day was
home.
Animal Kingdom, right?
Yeah, and then at this point, I start feeling like shit. Like, I woke up from the Phantasmic day.
Well, she got hacked down the whole bus ride home.
Yes, the whole bus ride home. This lady sitting next to me, she is just hacking her head off the whole, like, 20-minute bus ride home. Just hacking, like, nonstop. Just coughing. So I'm thinking in my head, I look at Dylan, I'm like, ugh. Because I get sick easily. So I'm like, fuck. So I wake up the next day.
And then the bitch gave it to me.
Sore throat. My throat was so sore. I'm stuffy. It like hurts to swallow. And I'm like, fuck this, dude. Like, just started feeling like shit. We get up, we go anyways, and thank God we went to Animal Kingdom early because we got to ride the freaking coolest ride I've ever been on. Probably will.
That's not even on Genie Pass, right?
No, like we got there early and we just ran there, and we only had
Flight of
Passage. Yeah, Flight
Avatar.
of Passage, the Avatar ride. Like if anybody plans to go to Disney, and if you're going to Animal Kingdom, and you get a chance to ride this ride, or you're staying at a Disney resort and you get early, like I'm telling you,
we still probably waited a half hour. There was a line.
There was a line because everybody ran there, but like 30 minutes for this ride. Nothing.
I don't know how
I would wait an hour and a half.
We were quick to get in. I don't know how that many people beat us there. People with strollers, scooters. I'm like, how they beat us?
People just fucking ran, but it was the coolest experience I have ever done in my life. Like, just you need to ride it. Like, you literally feel like you're flying.
It's basically like you're on like a motorcycle the way it is. Like, you're sitting like it's like a motorcycle. Right. And like it backs you up all the way. But then like the thing, you're supposed to be riding like a banshee from Avatar. So like, you can feel this thing breathing on your thighs.
Like, yes,
it's
like,
insane.
It takes a deep breath and you can feel its like lungs expand because it has like little like I don't know, like little pads that move. But
it legitimately felt like something was breathing on my legs.
It was the craziest thing ever. Like, I can't even like, but it's just like a simulation ride, but
it is cool shit. It was the closest I've ever felt to like flying. I was flying.
Like, for real, like you're flying into all these animals, and I was like ducking and weaving. I'm like, oh shit, I'm about to hit a fucking weird ass looking elephant thing. Like, it was so cool, so cool. So if you get a chance,
have you ever seen Avatar?
I've only seen it once.
Oh, shit.
But I'm like, this makes me want to get into it because this shit was so cool. Like,
it ain't the same.
No. And even the little fucking river ride, like, it was boring, but it was cool.
Oh, the Avatar.
Like, it was so cool in there.
Yo, their animatronic shit is so creepy.
Crazy. It looks so real.
Creepy.
That little Avatar girl that was in
at
there.
the end?
Yeah, she just talking
Singing
away,
and stuff?
sitting there, like, just talking away, moving around, like, got
Creepy,
her foot crossed, like, and everything.
Those are, like, the type of robots that, like, when they talk about, like, robots could potentially take over the world, that I get freaked out about. Like, if that thing came to life, bro, fuck me, just kill me. Literally, kill me.
I know. So cool. So cool. So yeah, that was really cool. And then we went to Epcot the next day and we got ride the same day. We got to ride the Guardian of the Galaxy ride.
That ride was dope.
Yeah, I paid it was like $13 a person. So
that was my birthday gift, guys. That's what she had for my birthday.
I said we'll do it for your birthday. That's not only what I got him, but I was like, we'll just do it because I want to ride it. And like there's no like standby line. Like you have to go on the virtual queue at like 1 p.m. They have a virtual queue like at like 9 when they open, then they have another one at like 1 o'clock. So like you have to get in this virtual queue, and it's not even 100% you're gonna get a spot. But if you get in there fast enough and you get a spot, they tell you, okay, come back at this time.
But it's still like a spot to wait in line.
Yeah, it's like you're still getting in the line, and the line is long as fuck. So I paid for a fast pass. We didn't have to wait in the line all like that.
$13 really wasn't that bad.
No, and it was really cool. It was really cool.
I honestly don't understand. So it's a regular roller coaster. But like each cart of the train is separate. So like you're going up a hill while your cart is also spinning. It was one of the craziest things I've ever experienced.
It was cool.
I to this day, it's been a week since we've been there, which is crazy. Don't understand how it works.
Well, each cart functions on its own.
I know, but all
same thing as like the Mickey ride. It was the same.
Yeah,
situation.
but that wasn't.
I thought that was a train.
Yeah,
and then the shit broke apart. And
but
I'm
the
like,
Mickey ride was slow and like nowhere near the same like speed and drops and hills.
It was cool. That ride was so cool. The Mickey ride though, like was
Runaway Railway.
The Runaway Railway was like before I rode Avatar and like the Guardians of the Galaxy ride. Was like I was dumbfounded. I didn't even know how the fuck the shit worked. Like you get in this cart and it looks like a train, and I thought we were all connected.
Literally a train.
I was like, I thought we were all just gonna go around and look at some shit. No, wrong. The minute you get into the ride, every single cart breaks apart and you're functioning as your own little unit.
The tracks get moved, so like every cart goes a different way.
But there were no tracks on the floor. Like
I know that. I'm saying like the tracks
it has
for the
to be
ride.
like obviously like a magnet or something. But like you're in your own cart and you're just like flying all around, and like all the other carts are like all around you. Like you just split up. Like you were not a train anymore. I was like, how the hell is this even happening? Like I was just dumbfounded. It was so shocking. But then we rode Avatar, and I was like, well, that shit. Fucking crazy. And then Guardians of the Galaxy, that thing was like the Mickey ride times 3. Like, it was doing the same exact thing, like, functioning at its own unit, but you're on a track, and it's a roller coaster. Like,
that's what
and you're, like, flying around space, like, you're flying around the Earth, but you're also, like, spinning, and, like, there's stars all around you. It was cool. It was so cool. But, yeah, good time. Then went to Universal, and Universal can suck a fat fucking cock, bro.
Jesus.
For real.
We took a day off in between. We were supposed to go to Universal 2 days.
Yes, but
like the way it worked
Hurricane
out,
Nicole shut it down on Thursday.
Our last day at Disney got closed early, and then like Thursday they opened late, and then Universal just shut down completely.
So we just
which makes sense because they even get a fucking whiff of a dark cloud and they're shutting down.
It was horrible. So we go to Universal, and they were acting like this whole experience was shitty, but it wasn't. It was really good. It's just we're harping on the negative. And
no, I said it was the best trip I've ever had at Disney.
But this Universal thing, Universal was 100%.
It honestly makes me want to go back to Disney again.
It was the most expensive day we had there because for our whole entire trip at Disney. And I'm talking 5 nights or 6 nights of staying at a Disney resort.
3 park hopper with fast pass.
3 park hopper with fast pass. And then like you get free transportation to everything. So like with all that, it was like $2,000, which seems like a lot, but it's not.
Your hotel and stuff.
Because like it's like Uber fees basically and hotel fees, and then you get the park. But we also did like every upgrade possible. So not really that bad. But then one day at Universal cost about $400, and that wasn't even what we wanted to spend. We wanted to spend more than that because we wanted to get Fast Pass, but the Fast Pass cost more than
the way that they do their tickets don't make sense to me. Every day it's a different price.
Every day is a different
price.
price.
The Fast Pass is a different price. That $2,000 was for both of us. The $400 is each. It's
and we
insane.
wanted to spend closer to $600 because we wanted to get Fast Pass, but we didn't because we were just like,
I couldn't justify.
It's not worth it, and it wasn't worth it to go there in general because. So we get there, and it's crowded because Thursday was shut down. So Friday obviously is going to be crowded because whoever planned on going Thursday is now probably going Friday and whatever. So Friday we get there, it is fucking packed.
We also don't get in early,
and we don't get in early, but the people staying at Universal, the like resorts, get in early. They get in an hour early, so everything like that was good.
2-hour wait.
You're looking at the app refreshing, and before the park's even open, everything is just fucking ridiculously long. So I'm like, well, this fucking blows because now we're gonna have to wait for everything. So we go on a couple rides, whatever. And we run to a Harry Potter ride. It was cool. It was really probably the coolest ride that I was on while I was there. And then we go to another Harry Potter ride. That one was a child's ride. Fucking stupid. But it was like a walk-on, basically, so it was fine. Then we go to the Velocicoaster, and it's like Jurassic...
No, we got food.
We got food, waited in line at this little tavern. Fucking bullshit. We ordered breakfast. They forced breakfast upon us. They're like... It's like...
A half hour after breakfast
at 11 o'clock, it switches to lunch.
10:30 actually.
But then the worker was like, we aren't ready for lunch till around like 11:15. So everybody in this line is probably going to get breakfast. Me and Dylan, I shit you not, are probably one of the last people to order breakfast. They run out of meat. They run out of sausage and bacon. We order a platter that comes with bacon and sausage.
We could have had one without meat with pancakes and shit.
Yes, but we got one that had meat on it because we wanted the meat. Well, we get up to the line. It takes fucking forever. And we're sitting there. And the guy's like, well, we ran out of meat. So do you want extra eggs or extra hash browns or both? And I said, well, then both. But I'm like, well, I wanted to be like, you guys forced us to get breakfast. We didn't even want breakfast.
You got some fucking chicken back there? I'll take that. We
wanted lunch. And then literally the people right behind us got lunch trays. And they got like rib platters and chicken. That's what we wanted. I was like, damn, like really? So we leave there and we go to the Velocicoaster, which is Jurassic Park's like new ride. It looks fucking fucking sick. It's like this. It kind of reminds me of the Maverick at Cedar Point, just like the way like inverts and all that. So we get in line. It says it's a 60-minute wait. I'm like, that's fine. Like, it's worth it. We have to wait regardless. So let's just get in line. 60 minutes is fine because the Hagrid ride was like 2+ hours. So like, we'll just wait for this. We get in line. About 20 minutes of being in line, it tells us that there's a delay. So now instead of 2 carts running, only 1 cart is running. So then the time doubles. It's going to take 2 hours now to get through this line.
We were already a good ways in. And like people started bailing out.
Like, so we climbed quickly to the front. Then they start playing this little fucking automated message saying, due to inclement weather, the Velocicoaster may shut down for a period of time.
Like, it was in the area, basically.
You look up, there's really no dark clouds. You check the weather app, though, it says 30% chance of rain.
In like an hour.
So we're like, you know what, we'll be fine. Because at this point, we're way more than halfway to the front of the line. We literally get to where you can see people loading into the fucking roller coaster.
20 people back from the front.
Like, we are so close to the front. And then this little thing comes overhead and they say, due to inclement weather in the area, the Velocicoaster has now been shut down. There was
no rain. There was no rain.
No rain. So we sit there for 20 minutes. We're just like, let's just wait and see because they might pick it back up. Like, I'd be so mad if we get out of line and then they start it up right again. So then at this time, everyone's getting out of line. And then they come overhead and they say, well, you're more than welcome.
How did that lady get in there to get her kids? Like, those 2 little girls that were in front, like, not little girls, but like the 2 like preteen girls that were up there that did not want to get out of line. How did that mom get in there? Like, she came out of like a door.
Maybe the exit door. I don't know.
But how'd she know where they were in line? Like, she came out.
They might have been there before. And they might have said, hey, we're right in this little tunnel. Like, I don't know. Because those girls were in front of us the whole way. I wasn't paying attention. I don't even know what you're talking about.
I know.
Honestly.
There was these 2 preteens in front of us the whole time. I know because they were being like, hell, like, they were... I can't say disrespectful because they were just talking amongst themselves. But they're like 12 years old and like saying some raunchy shit in front of like these old people that I was like, okay, guys, like, you need to relax. But they were alone the whole time. There's these 2 girls. And we get all the way in there. There are maybe 4 groups ahead of us. So they were always ahead of us. No one else was with them the whole time. Once we get inside, like to where we can see the cart, A door opens like an employee door. The mom walks out and she's like, "We need to get." I'm like, hold the fuck up.
Well,
how did you know exactly where they were?
They might have been there before. Like, if you go to Cedar Point and you say, I'm at this point on the line, and your parents have been on the ride with you before, they would
But you know how to get through an employee door to exactly where they are?
They
I was
might
shook,
have asked
dude.
an employee for help. They might have said, hey, just go through this door. And you didn't see the employee. There had to have been something behind the scenes you missed. But anyways, so this voice comes overhead, and it's an actual worker talking. While you're more than welcome to wait, we really encourage you to get out of line and go do our other things.
It's just saying,
they start rattling off everything that they have indoor. So we hear it once. We still choose to wait. When you hear it, a bunch of people get out of line, so we move even closer. Then we wait about 20, 30 minutes again, and it comes overhead again. And I'm just like, you know what? Universal's only open from 9 a.m. to 6/7 p.m. It's already at this point like 1, pushing 1 or 2 p.m. And I'm like, we literally haven't done much while we've been here at all, and I'll be damned if I wait in this line for another hour, hour and a half. Like, it's not even raining yet. So they're obviously waiting for the rain to come. Then the rain has to clear up. Then they have to run the coaster multiple times to make sure it works and they get the track dry or whatever they're doing. So let's just get out of line. Thank God we did, because we get out of line. Rain is still not even happening.
We went all the way to the next park. Like,
no
it's
rain.
like a 20-minute walk.
Right, no rain. Then it starts to rain. And then the ride gets shut down. So it was like a whole nother hour and a half process before the ride was back up running again. So, like, I'm glad we got out of line. But it was just like they could have 100% kept going.
We could have at least got a ride in.
Right.
I know that for sure.
Like, it was like 45
If they just went
minutes.
till the rain was actually there, they'd been fine.
Yeah.
They could have ran probably everyone in the line. If they just shut the line down, they could have ran everyone that was in line probably.
It was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. So, yeah. So then we go to the other side of the park.
I had more fun on the other side.
Was way better. Like, Universal Studios, way better than Islands of Adventure. So we go to the other park and we get to ride the Jimmy Fallon ride.
We also just were like, fuck, let's start drinking.
We started drinking. We got to get like Auntie Anne's. We rode the Mummy. We went to Harry Potter World. Like, we got to like do some things. We went on the Simpsons ride. Like, we got to do more. It was definitely
I forgot about that one.
A little bit better, but still, like, I'm just like,
this was not for the whole experience though. Like, I would have rather just went to just that park and then just spent all day
but
there.
I would have rather just went to Disney another day and went to
I agree with that.
and,
but
and
we were
waited
already
in line for what we
hole.
weren't willing to wait in line for. Like, I would have waited for the Slinky Dog.
We wouldn't have had to.
Right. We could have known.
We'd have had Fast Pass.
And I would have waited for or fucking Avatar again. Like, I would.
That day could have literally just been like, let's go hit everything we haven't hit. Whatever park is.
And like, if we have to wait
in
line, we will, because we got to do everything we already wanted to do. So like, now let's just wait. It's fine.
Next time I go to Disney, I would do 4 or 5 days of parks.
Yeah.
Probably 4 would be enough.
4 would be enough.
That'd be a full day of each, and then you can leave them.
Because Animal Kingdom is quick. Like, yeah, they have some really cool rides, but even like, I'm gonna be honest, that safari ride, that shit was fucking stupid.
We're getting rained on though.
I mean, it was cool.
Wasn't like the
it's cool
one.
for kids.
I told you it was completely different from
animals
like
and stuff.
That was the same safari ride that they usually have.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's because the rain or what.
I don't know.
But there's usually like things happening, and like the dude is talking to you the whole time. Like, it's a real, not like just telling us about these animals. Mm-hmm. Like, it's like interactive, like actual, like you're trying to avoid poachers, and it was not that way this time.
It was cool. I mean, it's cool to see the animals, but like, I don't know. Like, I go to the zoo. I fucking hate the zoo. So, like, it's kind of that similar vibe. But it's cool. For little kids, it'd be cool, too. Because especially if they like animals, you got to see every
really
animal.
fucking close.
It was really cool. But for me, I'm just like, whatever. But they have, like, this Yeti ride. And we got stuck in this mountain for a second. And it was super fucking weird. Yeah. It was so weird.
You always get stuck, but we were, like, really stuck. I even was like, yo, I've never been up here this long.
It felt good. That was air conditioned in there because it was, like, you're in, like, a mountain, like an
Everest.
ice. Yeah, so it was, like, freezing. But it felt so good. That was cool. That ride was so cool. And then we got to go on. Dylan was telling me that this dinosaur ride, what was it called? Dinosaur. He kept saying, this ride is going to scare the shit out of you. I
just said it was scary.
This ride is scary. And we get in the car and I'm like, oh, this is going to be cool. And basically it's like you're looking for this specific dinosaur. And
an iguanodon. Yeah,
an iguanodon. It's like the biggest, craziest, scariest one. So
no, it's not. It's not scary at all. It's just the kind they needed to bring back for a certain reason.
But like in the ride, it's like, it's.
No, that's not the scary one. That other one was just happened to be there.
Yeah, so it wasn't the scary one.
The iguanodon is the dinosaur from the movie Dinosaur.
Right. So we're in this little like Jeep looking thing, and you're just like flying around, and like you're stopping at all these different dinosaurs, and they're like, okay, like what's this one? And they're like, no, that's not what we need. Keep going. And like you're just like zooming through this ride.
We got teleported back in time.
And
so we had to get out.
So it's me and Dylan. Dylan's sitting next to this little kid, and then the kid's mom. And Dylan, I can't hear anything going on because I'm like too far away, and it's pretty loud in there. And I'm focusing on like Dylan said it's gonna be scary. Like I'm excited.
It was scary for this kid.
Like what the fuck's about to happen? So Dylan tells me that the mom asked the is it a little girl? I mean, I have a photo of all of us and the little kid like just screaming, and the mom like trying to calm the kid down. But the mom asked the kid, "Are you enjoying this?" And the kid's like, "No!" Like
they're
screaming.
Like, "Not at all."
So scared.
You can like, I look over like this kid is like on their mom, like just
like
wrapped
so scared
completely.
And then just the ending, like this big dinosaur kind of just,
comes
like,
out,
pops out at you, and I was like cracking up because he made it seem like it was gonna be so scary, and like it definitely was, especially if you're like a kid. And
I think if I didn't tell you, you probably would have been more creeped out.
I was like expecting it, looking around for it, but it was definitely cool. But I was just cracking up because I'm like, this fucking dude. But
that kid that ride was shit
cool.
A brick.
It was cool. I had fun. And I love that little one. What's the one? So I book a fast pass, and Dylan, I book it for Epcot, and Dylan is like, ugh.
Oh.
He's like, ugh, that's the ride I'm
Soarin'.
thinking of.
I didn't think it was that one though.
We went on the ride Soarin', and there's
cool.
There's another one called
in the same building.
Like Our Earth, something about being Earth, and like you just go in, and Dylan said that's basically talking about like protect
being
our
one
Earth
with the world and
like,
environmentalists.
Whatever. So he thought I booked that one, and this whole
like,
time he's
no.
talking shit. He's like, oh, if it's this ride, I'm gonna be so annoyed because I hate this ride. And I'm like, well, I don't want to cancel it because I want to ride whatever we can ride because it's raining and there's not much we can do. He was just so pissed about it, being so pissy, like, ugh.
As soon as we walked in the building, though, we went the other way. I'm like, oh, thank God.
So then you walk in this building, and there's two, like, it's like
there's a food
cafeteria
court
style building. It's very weird setup.
It's a food court.
And then there's one line to the one he didn't want to go on, then there's one to the one that was cool. So we go to the one called Soarin', and
that one is cool.
It is so freaking cool. Like you get in like this little hanging like buggy thing. It like lifts you up.
Hanging buggy thing.
It like lifts you up, and then a huge freaking screen's in front of you, and you're just like soaring.
You literally fly around the world.
You're like soaring around the world. Like you see the Eiffel Tower, you see New York City, you see pyramids, you see
Sydney Opera House.
Yeah, you see everything. You go everywhere. It was so cool. But I'm like, you know what, Dylan? I really would have canceled and I would have missed out on this ride because that one was so cool.
That one was cool. I'm glad we didn't.
It was cool. Yeah, he was like, ugh. It's like, I don't want to do this one. But I'll do it if you want to. But I really don't want to do it. It's so freaking stupid. But I'll do it if you want to. I'm like, we're fucking doing it. Shut the hell up.
And then after we soared around the world, we drank around the world.
We did.
So go check this out on this channel.
Yeah, it was fun. Drinking around the world was fun. It would have been way more fun if it wasn't raining.
I would have been so much more fucked up if it wasn't raining. I'd have been taking my time.
Because it was like a matter of downing everything as fast as you can. And like, there's really nowhere to sit down that's covered. Like, it's really just like trying to hide under little buildings.
I would have been absolutely annihilated if it was nice out. I would have been enjoying myself, getting
Maybe it was a good thing it rained.
No, that was the point. That was the whole point of the video. We'd have had our little mics going.
I just say don't get annihilated.
We would have been able to talk a lot more.
My body doesn't allow myself.
You're full of shit. You get almost there all the time.
No, but it's like I'm still 100% coherent. I'm just loose. But like I'm never.
No, there's times you could. You could. I've seen you there, actually.
He just has seen me loose, but I don't get annihilated. The last time I got annihilated was fucking in Arizona. That was annihilated.
And did I not see you then?
You did. That was annihilated for me. I was like really, really sick.
I don't get that way.
I don't. And like when I do one thing like that, because I haven't done that in a long time, like gotten like that.
It's been like 3 months.
No, I'm saying like once I do it once, I don't do it again for like years because I hate the way it feels. I was so sick that night.
I'm not talking about to the point where I'm sick either.
I was puking.
I would have just been a lot looser than I was. Like, the rain was, like, taking away my buzz.
Yeah, and it's just kind of like go time.
I can't get food at the same time because my food's getting
It's like getting all soggy and wet. So, like, we didn't get to eat much. And, like, it would have been way better if it was
The video would have went from a 6-minute video to, like, a 40-minute video.
Yeah, we would have had a lot more fun. But it was very, like, rushed.
It's hard to film in the rain. We had to use our phones. And it was
getting cold. Like, it was so fucking windy. It was just kind of cold. Like, yeah, it's still, like, 60, but you're wet and it's windy and, like, your poncho's blowing everywhere. So, yeah. But then I got to try all the Cokes from around the world, and now it was cool. Korea, you got a really good Coke. So, if you're from Korea, I'm jealous because your Coke is fucking good as hell. And, yeah, it was a good experience. I would love to go back.
I'm sure
I would love to go back. It's just kind of...
Are you now a Disney adult?
No.
I think I am.
I
think I kind of always have been.
Not a Disney adult. The shows are cool. Beauty and the Beast, great show.
Told you.
Great freaking show.
Told you.
Great show. Like, it was so
You
good
were, like,
me.
kind of skeptical of me saying I wanted to go see Beauty and the Beast so
yeah,
bad.
and then we went
I kept saying, like, we got to make sure we get there for the time.
It was good. It was really good. And Lion King was cool, too. But I'm more of a Beauty and the Beast vibe than a Lion King vibe. But the Lion King, like, it's so cool. Because there's a lot of shows that are, like, just, like... robots. Like, Country Bears are just a bunch of robot bears, and then, like, Tiki Room was a bunch of, like, robot birds.
Tiki Room.
And but, like, I like the ones that have, like, live people. Even Indiana Jones was cool. Like, my fucking sciatic nerve was about to fucking burst. So it was hurting so bad during that.
Why?
Because I think just walking so much, I think my hips were out of alignment, and then, like, sitting down, like, that
we were like 20K steps a day.
I was like, damn, like, I was like, whew, maybe I do need a scooter. I see the scooter appeal because my fucking body was hurting. But yeah, Disney Springs, I like Disney Springs. That's totally up my alley, though. I love shit like that.
Yeah.
Like, outlet kind of vibes, like outdoor, a bunch of different places to hop around and different shops. Like, I love it. And when we went for lunch one day, it was dead. So it was so cool because it gets pretty busy.
But it's
and
windy as fuck.
I hate packed shit. So, like, it was like we could actually, like, walk around the stores and, like, get to see things. And yeah. If you go to World Disney, 100% you can steal.
Do not tell them
we bought Dylan's niece and nephew just, like, a few gifts. Like, we were like, you know what, let's get him something because his niece saw that we were at Disney and she was like, why didn't they take me? So I'm like, let's just get them a little something, nothing crazy, but, like, definitely let's bring them home. Let's get a Disney bag because they just went to Disney, like, within the last year. So, like, they 100% remember. So we go into World of Disney and, like, you can do, like, through the Disney app, you can just scan and pay through your phone. Well, there's supposed to be somebody waiting at the door to check your receipt and make sure you're not stealing. Well, we buy all this shit, and I buy a hoodie, so I'm like $100 on shit for the kids, and then for me. We walk right the fuck out. I'm like, what the hell?
I could have got some.
I'm like, nobody even checked it. I was like, we could go back and get in there and get them more munchlings and we can go get some more shit. Like, because I have a receipt now. So, like, if we could you stay out here, I'll go get 2 more bags and 2 more munchlings. And then this receipt kind of looks like that and whatever. But I'm like, you know what? Bad karma.
Yeah, because we could have matching sweaters.
Yeah, 100%. You have to wear a medium. But yeah, because it probably shows the size.
Yeah.
But...
so you scanned the wrong one.
Yeah. Either way, was a great time.
I could have just returned it and got a bigger one.
And I had a lot of fun.
Me too. I want to go back already.
I would like to go back.
I've been thinking about it a lot already.
But I feel like I would like to have, like, 2 days at the park, 1 day of nothing, and then 2 more days at the park. Like,
yeah, you could
have, like,
it up.
a day in between where we can just
I would run it off of, like, what are the best weather days.
Right, and just kind of, like, recover a little bit because they had a really dope-ass pool, and, like, I would have loved to just, like, lay out and get a tan and stuff, but that was not happening because it was fucking raining.
Right.
But a day in between where you can sleep in because, like...
if you know you have 4 days, though, you could also just come back to the hotel early one
and, like,
day.
for me, it was hard because I just got off a night shift. Like, I stopped working, and then the next day we went. So, like, my sleep schedule was already fucked up. So I was, like, so tired during the day, and I have to get up super early, which is usually when I'm going to bed. It was hard for me. And right. I kept falling asleep on the fucking trams.
We're about to, like, lose the camera here. We're already at about an hour.
Well, yeah, that's another thing. I kept falling asleep every time I sat down on one of those buses.
No, I
I
didn't
was
want to
out.
talk about that.
And Dylan was like, said it was so embarrassing because I'm like bobbing and weaving everywhere.
She's ready to fall on the floor.
But I'm like,
I keep having to pull her up and wake her up, and she's
let
getting
me
mad
fall.
at me.
Let me fucking fall. If I make a fool of myself, I don't really care because I'm tired. So
Well,
yeah,
all right, guys.
that's it.
That was our Disney trip. We got about 10 seconds before this camera cuts off.
All right.
So
Nice talking to you, everybody. See you
we'll
next time.
see you next week. Subscribe, like, comment later.